Emma had always prided herself on her punctuality and dedication to her job as a senior programmer at TechWave Solutions. It was a Friday evening, and most of her colleagues had left for the weekend, but Emma remained at her desk, engrossed in a particularly challenging piece of code. She was so focused that she didn't notice the office gradually emptying until she was almost alone. Across the floor, the only other light emanated from the workspace of Alex, a fellow programmer. Though they had exchanged pleasantries in the past, they had never worked closely together. Alex was known for his quiet demeanor and extraordinary coding skills, often disappearing into the server room to tinker with the hardware. As the clock ticked closer to 8 p.m., a sudden power outage plunged the office into darkness. The emergency lights flickered on, casting a dim glow over the room. Emma sighed, realizing she hadn't saved her latest changes. She stood up and grabbed her phone, using its flashlight to navigate the darkened office. "Is anyone still here?" Emma called out, hoping someone might answer. To her surprise, she heard a response. "Yeah, I'm here," Alex replied, his voice coming from the direction of the server room. "I think the power outage might have something to do with the server. Can you give me a hand?" Emma made her way towards the server room, her phone's flashlight guiding her steps. She found Alex standing by the door, his own phone lighting up the space around him. "Hey," she said, a bit breathless from the adrenaline. "Do you know what's going on?" "I have a hunch," Alex replied. "The server's been acting up all week. I was about to run some diagnostics before the power went out. We should check it out." They stepped into the server room, the cool air a stark contrast to the warm office. The server room was filled with the hum of machines and the blinking of various indicator lights. Alex moved towards the main console, his fingers dancing over the keyboard as he tried to diagnose the issue. Emma watched him work, impressed by his focus and efficiency. "Is there anything I can do to help?" she asked. "Yeah, actually," Alex said, glancing up at her. "Could you hold the flashlight steady over here? I need to check the connections at the back." Emma moved closer, holding her phone steady as Alex worked. The confined space forced them to stand close together, and Emma could feel the heat radiating from his body. She tried to ignore the fluttering in her stomach, focusing instead on the task at hand. After a few minutes, Alex straightened up. "I think I've found the problem," he said, his face illuminated by the soft glow of the flashlight. "There's a loose connection here. If we can fix it, we might be able to get the power back on." Emma nodded, her heart pounding in her chest. "Let's do it," she said, her voice steadier than she felt. They worked together in silence, their movements synchronized as they reconnected the wires and checked the circuits. As they finished, Alex flipped a switch, and the server room hummed back to life. The lights flickered on, and Emma let out a sigh of relief. "Great job," Alex said, giving her a warm smile. "We make a pretty good team." Emma felt a blush creep up her cheeks. "Yeah, we do," she agreed, her voice soft. They stood there for a moment, the hum of the servers filling the silence between them. Emma felt a strange sense of connection with Alex, as if the shared experience had brought them closer together. She looked up at him, her eyes meeting his, and for a moment, she thought she saw something more than just camaraderie in his gaze. "Do you want to get some fresh air?" Alex asked, breaking the silence. "I could use a break after all that." Emma nodded, grateful for the suggestion. "Yeah, that sounds great," she said. They left the server room and made their way to the rooftop terrace, the cool night air a welcome relief after the stuffy office. The city lights sparkled below them, casting a soft glow over the terrace. Emma leaned against the railing, taking a deep breath and letting the tension of the evening melt away. "It's beautiful up here," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "Yeah, it is," Alex agreed, standing next to her. "I come up here sometimes to think. It's a good place to clear your head." They stood in companionable silence, the night wrapping around them like a comforting blanket. Emma felt a sense of peace she hadn't felt in a long time, the worries of her job and the city life fading into the background. "Emma," Alex said softly, breaking the silence. I've been meaning to tell you something." Emma turned to look at him, her heart pounding in her chest. "What is it?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Alex took a deep breath, his eyes searching hers. "I've always admired you," he said, his voice steady. "Your dedication, your passion for your work, it's inspiring. And I think I'm starting to feel something more than just admiration." Emma's breath caught in her throat, her mind racing. She had always respected Alex as a colleague, but this was something different. She felt a warmth spread through her chest, a sense of connection that went beyond the professional. "I feel the same way," she admitted, her voice trembling slightly. "I didn't realize it until tonight, but I do." Alex's eyes lit up, a smile spreading across his face. "I'm glad to hear that," he said, his voice filled with genuine happiness. He reached out, taking her hand in his, the touch sending a shiver down her spine. They stood there, hand in hand, the city lights twinkling below them. Emma felt a sense of contentment and hope, as if the power outage had been a catalyst for something wonderful. She looked up at Alex, his face illuminated by the soft glow of the city, and felt a surge of affection. In that moment, she knew that this was the beginning of something special. They had been brought together by a twist of fate, and she was ready to see where this new journey would take them. They spent the rest of the evening on the rooftop, talking and laughing, sharing stories and dreams. As the night grew late, they finally decided to head back down to the office. Alex walked Emma to her desk, their hands still intertwined. "Thank you for tonight," Emma said, her voice filled with gratitude. "I don't know what I would have done without you." Alex smiled, his eyes twinkling with affection. "I'm just glad we got to spend this time together," he said. "Maybe we can do it again sometime, without the power outage." Emma laughed, the sound light and carefree. "I'd like that," she said, her heart full of anticipation for the future. As they parted ways, Emma felt a sense of excitement and hope. She had found something unexpected in the chaos of the evening, a connection that she hadn't known she was missing. And she couldn't wait to see where it would lead. In the days and weeks that followed, Emma and Alex grew closer, their bond deepening with each passing day. They worked together on projects, shared lunches, and spent evenings exploring the city. Their connection was effortless, a natural extension of their friendship and shared passions. One evening, after a particularly long day at work, Alex invited Emma over to his apartment for dinner. She accepted, her heart fluttering with anticipation. They cooked together, their movements synchronized as they prepared a simple but delicious meal. After dinner, they sat on the couch, a comfortable silence settling between them. Emma felt a sense of contentment, the warmth of the evening wrapping around her like a blanket. She looked over at Alex, his face relaxed and happy, and felt a surge of affection. "Alex," she said softly, breaking the silence, "I want you to know how much I appreciate you. You've brought so much joy into my life, and I can't imagine being without you." Alex turned to look at her, his eyes filled with warmth and love. "I feel the same way, Emma," he said, his voice steady and sincere. "You've changed my life in ways I never expected. I love you." Emma's heart swelled with emotion, tears springing to her eyes. "I love you too, Alex," she said, her voice choked with happiness. In that moment, everything fell into place. They leaned in, their lips meeting in a tender kiss, the world around them fading into the background. It was a kiss filled with promise and hope, a declaration of their love and commitment to each other. As they pulled away, their foreheads resting against each other, Emma felt a sense of peace and contentment. She had found something truly special in Alex, a love that was deep and enduring. And she knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together. The power outage that had brought them together had been a blessing in disguise, a twist of fate that had led to the most beautiful connection she had ever known. Emma smiled, her heart full of love and gratitude, ready to embrace the future with Alex by her side.